A power chord is a partial chord that only includes the root and the fifth. If you see a chord with just the number 5, that's going to be a power chord. And sometimes at the beginning of the song, you'll just see the instructions, power chords. The easiest power chords to play are open power chords with an open bass string and a fingered note. For example, you can play an E power chord by playing the low E string plus 5th string 2nd fret. And if you like, you could also add the 4th string 2nd fret as well. And you can play an A power chord by playing the low A string, 5th string, plus 4th string 2nd fret. You could also add the 3rd string 2nd fret if you like. Now I'm just going to play 2 strings when I demonstrate the power chords in this lesson. When I play power chords, I flatten out this finger so that it is muting the string underneath it, so I don't accidentally get a note that I don't want. If I have the finger flattened out so it's touching the string, it mutes the string, and I can strum without worrying about hitting that string. You can play power chords up the neck, too. Let's say you want to build a power chord on the 6th string. All you have to do is place your first finger on whatever fret. I'm putting it on the 5th fret. And then place your 3rd finger on the next string down 2 frets to the right. You could also, if you want, add the 4th string, same fret as the 5th string, but I'm just going to be playing with 2 strings. And just as with the open power chords, I'm going to flatten out a finger, usually my 3rd finger here, so I mute the string below it, so now I can strum without worrying about accidentally hitting that string. You can also build a power chord anywhere on the fretboard from the 5th string. It's the exact same formation. You put your first finger down on whatever fret, and I'm going to put it on the 5th fret again, and then place your 3rd finger on the next string down, 2 frets to the right. And if you like, you could add the 3rd string, same fret as the 4th string. But I'm going to do this with 2 notes. And same thing with flattening my finger. I'm going to flatten my 3rd finger so I mute the string below it, so I can strum to my heart's content. So half of playing power chords up the neck is that simple shape. Play the root of the chord with your first finger, and then play the other note on the next string down 2 frets to the right. The other half of playing movable power chords is knowing the note names on the 5th and 6th strings so you know where to place your power chord shapes. For example, that 6th string power chord I played was an A power chord because I was putting the root of that chord on the low A, string 6, fret 5. If I move that shape up 1 fret so the root is on the B flat, it becomes a B flat power chord. And if I move it up again, placing my root on the B, 7th fret, 6th string, now it's a B power chord. And that 5th string power chord I played earlier was a D power chord because I placed the root of that chord on the note D, string 5, fret 5. If I move that shape down 1 fret so the root is on the D flat, now it becomes a D flat power chord, and if I move it again, it's a C power chord because my root is on the C note, string 5, fret 3. As you get to know the fretboard, you'll find there are a couple places you can play any given power chord. For example, that 5th string C power chord I played at the 3rd fret can also be played on the 6th string, 8th fret, because there's a C right there at the 8th fret. And here's a 6th string G power chord. It's a G power chord because I'm placing my finger on that low G at the 3rd fret. I can also play a G power chord on the 5th string at the 10th fret. I've already put out some videos on learning the fretboard, so we're not going to get into that here. But if you want to check out those videos, I'll put some links in the description. Because they're so easy, power chords are a great introduction to movable chord shapes. And if you're ready to start moving up the neck, check out my book, First Movable Guitar Chords. It has the movable power chord shapes we just talked about, plus some movable major, minor, and dominant 7 shapes. And if you need some help learning the fretboard, check out my fretboard videos or download my free Learning the Fretboard PDF. I'll put links for videos, PDFs, and books in the description. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more guitar tips.